Hi, I'm Ruth Kodesh-Eskind, the oral historian at the Washington State Jewish Historical Society. I'm excited to introduce some clips from interviews that I conducted this past May on the theme of Jewish history and the importance of preservation work. I was totally in awe of the responses that we got. These folks talked about service, the importance of giving back, the Jewish practice of living the past through the present. They talked about tradition and also about change. Our oral history program has a great purpose: to record the voices of Jewish life in Washington today so that they can be preserved for future generations tomorrow. Please enjoy a few clips from these interviews.
It's important to me, and I'll close with this as being a link. We are links in the chain of Jewish history and memory, and it's important for us to have the memory and the knowledge and awareness of where we come from, so that when we create our link, it's a straight line chain. It can be the same because time and place change, but it's going to be recognizable and rooted in our history.
In Washington State, as someone who has lived here my whole life and who has been part of so many different aspects of the community. And so I'm kind of a connector, and I feel like that's what this organization is about, like connecting between the past and the present and the future, and connecting between all of our different histories and making a shared history. And so that's something that I just want to be in service of, and I'm really, really grateful to be called in to participate.
I want to ask you, just as a kind of wrap-up question, why is preserving Jewish history important to you?
I mean, I think a lot of it comes back down to my work in college of knowing that history does cycle back on itself. Especially if we don't learn the lessons of our history, we're seeing that happen in this country right now. And the importance of making people understand the shoulders of whom they stand and how much work has been done to get us to where we are now, that does need to be continued. The story's not over. The history's not over. Like, every day we're adding to it, and every generation has a role. But they have to know what happened before them so that they can move the marker forward. Hopefully move the marker forward.
Is there anything you want to say about the Jewish Historical Society and the importance of the work that we're doing?
Well, I think it is important that we know. I mean, I think that our children certainly don't know anything about how these temples got started and who kept them going for all these years. I don't suppose there's really any way of doing it, but I think all of these things are important, and just what the Jews have done in this community. I think that if you trace them, there's been a lot of good done.
On a personal basis, it was sort of our practice and the relationships that we had and the customs that we had. It was implicit history and memory. So I guess everything that I've grew up with, the foods and the synagogue services and the community events that we had, and all of that were just not points in time. They were related to our history.
To that chain.
To that chain, yes.
Do you think that's a particularly Jewish way of looking at history or memory?
I think it's a universal way, should be.